on a walk with the dogs. Hannah's taking her morning snoozer, is what I call it. I call her morning nap. And it is beautiful. I don't know what the temperature is, but it's not freezing cold and it's sunny. And I'm walking the dogs. There's this little nearby park. It's a community center with little trails. I'll show it, and it's super cute. So here it is. There's a little picnic area. Here are the dogs getting all tangled again. And this is Flash. Say hi, Flash. He's busy. And this is Bentley. And this is Max. Max. He's busy too. And little Finley, he's only 2 years old. Everybody else is about 13. Anyway, we have this nice little trail to walk around. When Hannah and I come, we do the loop. It's this big circle, and the leasing office is right straight ahead. So we just do the circle like twice, and then we go back to the apartment. And we've been doing that like twice a day. I'm trying to trim down a little bit, but it's not really, it's good exercise, but I'm not seeing a difference on the scale. Anyway, while I was out, I thought I would say a few words about, there's nobody around. I always get embarrassed. Like if I were to try to film anything in public, I don't want people like seeing me talk to myself or talk to the camera in the car. They'll probably think I'm crazy. But I'm lost in my own thoughts again because I wanted to briefly share my experience with donor sperm. I was watching a video this morning. I decided to look up on YouTube donor sperm and at-home insemination just to see what other people were posting, because I did post a video a long time ago, like last October, and I didn't show my insemination. I showed how to do it. Like I got my sperm and in the box, it was delivered, and I opened it up, and I just wanted to help anybody else that was doing it for the first time to not freak out and be scared, and to be able to see somebody else get it and to open it up and show them, like, you know, the timing of thawing and everything and all that stuff, and positive ovulation tests and stuff like that, just to give a visual to anyone who is reading the instructions and panicking. So, and then I got embarrassed about it, and I took it off public view. So it is now private. Flash, come on, Flash. Okay, and I thought maybe I'll release it again just because it is embarrassing, but I'm watching these other girls and they're doing it and they're not embarrassed. It's not inappropriate. I'm not showing the stuff. You know, I'm just, you know, everything leading up to it. So anyway, so I thought maybe I'll re-release it. But I am on here because I wanted to say that aside from finding out, getting over the initial shock of my husband not being able to have children, after that whole shocking, disappointing, like, devastation of it all, my donor sperm experience has been wonderful. And it has been so great. And I'm not embarrassed to say, this girl came on there and said, I'm not telling you where I'm getting my sperm because of the whole anonymity thing. And the name of a sperm bank is does not need to be anonymous. You can keep your donor number private, just, you know, for the sake of whatever. You know, you don't tell your donor's number if, you know, but you can say where you bought your sperm. And I got mine from Northwest Cryobank, and I love them. Every time, you can order online, but I like to call to place my orders. And they're so nice. They're so nice. The same girl answers every single time. Starting to think she's the only one that works there. But she's just so nice. And everybody's so helpful. And I've had the best experience ever. The best experience. And the reason I'm kind of, my hand's shaking because I'm like trying to hold it. I don't want to be too close to the camera. I just wanted to get on here and say real quick that I came across a video that kind of upset me, and I wanted to just give my 2 cents. First of all, every time I make a video, aside from stating the obvious things that are factual that everybody knows, I try to let you know that, look, this is my own experience. This is my experience. This is my opinion. I'm not trying to really teach anybody anything. I'm trying to show you what has worked for me. And I gotta switch arms. So, sorry. I am not a doctor. That's not gonna work. I'm sorry. Let's go back. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. I'm just doing, when I come upon a problem, it's like I'm troubleshooting all the time. And lately I have had a revelation, and I believe that God helped me find this video that this Dr. Amy made about the CoQ10, saying, Andrea, hello, you skipped out on your CoQ10. It's $54 a bottle. And I just let it slide. And I didn't realize that that was critical for the mitochondrial function and support in my egg cell. Dumb. It was, anyway, not gonna beat myself up. I have had the revelation. I have started taking my CoQ10, 400 milligrams in the morning with breakfast, because you have to take it with food, and then 400 at night with dinner. And I am letting that soak into my system for 5 weeks. And I am on DPO1 right now. I ovulated yesterday. I was sad too, because I was like, dang it, I wish I was inseminating. But anyway, ovulated out of my left ovary. And so now I just have to wait 12 days to start my period, and I will order my sperm when my period starts, which should be May 11th. So anyway, but when I came across this girl's video, I was gonna write to her, and I still may, but I'm afraid to, because I don't want to get into controversy, or I don't want her to come back and start to argue with me or whatever. Like I say, I just give my own experiences, and if anybody can take anything away from it that helps them, that's awesome. But I'm not going to tell you what to do. And when she did this, I mean, it burned me like I was burning. In a nutshell, she was talking about donor sperm and ordering and all this kind of stuff. And she said that the donor that she got her son with, they only had 1 ICI vial left. And ICI, if you don't know, stands for intracervical insemination. So you squirt it, you just put it in turkey baster style. I hate to use that term, but that's, everybody knows what that means. You are given a little skinny syringe about the size of a number 2 pencil, and you just, you put it in, just like that. And IUI is intrauterine insemination, where you go to the doctor. The sperm is not in its natural state. The ICI is pretty much ejaculate in a cup, and unwashed, so there are dead sperm and debris, but it's also in the original seminal fluid, which is, and this is what she was getting at, that she was saying that ICI is the best for at-home insemination, intercervical insemination, because it's in its natural seminal fluid, and it is, she didn't word it this way, but I've done my own research, and it nourishes the sperm and keeps them alive and healthy and safe while they are in the harsh environment of the vagina, because the vagina is a harsh, acidic environment. And so it nourishes them and keeps them safe and healthy as they make their way through the cervix. You do not, however, put ICI directly into the uterus, because it will shock the uterus, and I think you can die. I swear I read that. Look it up. Don't take my word for it. That's another thing. please do your own research. Look it up. Go to a doctor. Don't just go to a forum where other people are giving their free advice. I mean, I'm giving you free advice, but I've been to 3 reproductive endocrinologists. I have done research for the last however long I've been trying. I mean, for 5 years I've been working on this. 2 of which I didn't know my husband couldn't have kids. But anyway, every time there's a problem or every time I have a question about something, I look it up and I look for the advice given by, I like to see what other people are doing, their own experiences, because that's why I like YouTube so much, because I like seeing what other girls did and what their doctors told them. I have, gotten such great advice from people because of the things their doctors told them, the things that my doctors would not tell me. So, yeah. So anyway, but also please, just go to the medical boards, go to the YouTube videos that the doctors make themselves, actual MDs. Anyway, so she was basically saying that ICI vials, I'm all out of breath, that IUI vials don't work. She told people to leave their sperm donors and go find a different sperm donor that had ICI, because if your donor runs out of ICI vials and only has IUI left, that it's a waste of time. I'm pissed. And I don't want to write her because I'm afraid of getting into, I'm afraid of saying something that I shouldn't say. And, I don't want to, that's not what we're trying to do on YouTube. We're trying to support each other and but what makes me mad is she put her hands together begging people to basically leave their donor and not use IUI because it was a total waste of time. I want to write her and say, you know what? I have gotten pregnant 3 out of 4 times in a row with 1 vial of IUI. When I called when my donor ran out of ICI because some other girl out there was buying up his sperm, and I was like, oh my gosh, who is this girl? She's buying all my sperm. I was freaking out because I thought there's no way I can inseminate with IUI sperm, that it had to be ICI, because I thought the same thing as what she was trying to tell. And when I called the bank, and first of all, I looked it up in their on their website, and they claimed that they were all good, that both ICI and IUI can both be used for at-home vaginal insemination. Even though I read that, I called anyway, and I talked to the girl I usually buy my sperm from because she always answers the phone. I asked her and I said that I thought that I had read that ICI was better because it was in its own original seminal fluid and blah, 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 blah. And that IUI would not be good because it was out of the original seminal fluid, that it would not survive and basically be pretty much destroyed in the vagina before it had a chance to even get through the cervix. And then it's got to go through the uterus, and then it's got to find a fallopian tube, and then it's got to go all the way up the fallopian tube, that it would never make it because it was IUI, because it was washed. And she said that they both work. And then when I said all that stuff, she said, well, and she very politely and respectfully, she said, well, we encourage you to do your own research. And I thought, okay, because I kind of, I had up until that point. But then when I looked it up some more within different articles, different medical articles, it clearly said both ICI and IUI will work for at-home vaginal insemination. And that was before I ever bought an IUI vial. And so because they're so expensive, and because I'm pretty good at honing in on my exact ovulation time, I went ahead and I said, okay, I'm gonna do it. Because I love my daughter's donor. Like, I want her to have a full-blooded brother or sister from the same donor. First of all, his sperm, I think I could get pregnant if his sperm are awesome. And if there's ever a problem, it's because of my egg at this point. Because first of all, I've been not supporting my mitochondria in my cell with CoQ10. Otherwise, I've been taking all my other supplements. So it's my fault. And I'm older, so my eggs are not what they used to be. His sperm are amazing. And so, you know, I have inseminated 4 times with IUI. I don't count November because I did not ovulate because of the stress of moving to Maine. I did not ovulate. I never got a surge. And I don't think that's ever happened ever. So stress will mess you up. Totally mess you up. I think I stepped in a mud puddle. Yes, it's wet. Totally rained yesterday. So in a nutshell, IUI do work. I have been pregnant 3 out of 4 consecutive inseminations with IUI sperm, 1 vial, timed at ovulation. So for her to beg people to leave the donor they work so hard to find, you don't just close your eyes and spin and pick. You don't spin a wheel and, oh, okay, we'll do this donor. You work so hard. You spend night after night after night reading profiles, figuring out who you want to use, and you finally find somebody that's amazing, and you pick them, and you get pregnant, and then a year later you want to have another baby, and they run out of ICI vials. Guess what? Their IUI vials work just as well, and that has been my experience. If it has not been your experience, then, you know, gosh, somebody's coming. The point is, these donors go through so much testing. The pages and pages and pages of genetic testing. Their sperm has been tested. It has been frozen. It has been thawed back out. It has been counted. Their motility, progressive motility has been proven again and again. Their morphology, and of course the count. They don't just sell sperm willy-nilly. They go through so much testing before they freeze them for sale. So I just really wanted to put this out there to say, don't leave your donor thinking that IUI is not going to work. It will work, and if it doesn't work, there might be another issue. It could be bad timing. It could be a hormonal thing. It could be a whole lot of other things. So anyway, stay encouraged. Don't freak out. Don't think that you got to find a new donor because your donor ran out of ICI vials. And that's pretty much all I want to say. Anyway, I have had a great experience with Northwest Cryobank. They are awesome. They are based out of Spokane, Washington, which is my home state, which is so cool. And although the vials are actually stored in Los Angeles. So, but anyway, and I can't wait in 12 days to place my order with 1 vial of IUI sperm. So anyway, that is my 2 cents. Don't know if I'm gonna write to that girl or not. She made the video 4 months ago, so it's pretty recent. But anyway, I don't like it when people try to scare other people. I just did not appreciate her telling people to not waste their time with something that has worked for me 3 out of 4 times. And the only reason that they weren't successful pregnancies was because of my egg, not the sperm. So, that is all I have to say. So stay encouraged, be well, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.